Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. With these divine prayers for peace, I'd like to first congratulate the organizers for arranging this very timely conference or sessions or a platform for dialogue. And I also like to also welcome the most revered saints who are sitting in religion. And even the smallest people are talking about AI. It's become the buzzword, or perhaps, if I should say it in a spiritual way, the global mantra, where you hear it in different shades. And the fascination is so deep. I don't want to stand before you and really sound so intelligent that I know everything about it. I don't. Let's accept the fact. I don't. But I don't think neither of you collectively we have that imagination of what AI can really do. I don't think Edison ever imagined what light will really do. I don't think the guy who invented the first mobile ever imagined the ramifications or the penetration of what a mobile can do. That's the beauty of an invention. So coming back to AI, there's this huge fascination. But there's also this huge lack of comprehension. Let's put our hands on our hearts. There's this huge lack of comprehension. And because of that, there's this huge global fear. And my God, what will AI do? Will human beings really exist the way we do? Will the world be exactly the way we see or imagine it to be? So there's this confusion between fascination to incomprehension, and at the same time, massive amounts of fear that we can ever imagine. And again, all of you are here. I don't want to ask you to raise your hands that who are involved in marketing. Because if you are marketing and you're dropping this idea that, oh, now we have the sources of AI and we can do something even better and enhance it, it goes even deeper. So let me begin with something that if we market something that we really don't know about, it can lead us into endings which are more traumatic than we can imagine. So bear with me, this is an imaginary story. But perhaps the message is so real and it might give us something more concrete to think about. Once a man died. It's nothing new. Everybody who's born on this earth dies. But when he died, the angels came and they asked him that where do you want to go, to heaven or hell? The guy was puzzled. He said, do I have a choice that I can go to heaven or hell? They said, yeah, democracy is catching up. Even gods become democratic. So I said, if I have a choice, because I thought if you did good, you went to heaven. And if you did bad, you went to hell. He said, no. Nowadays, everything is different. You get a choice when you die, whether you want to go to heaven or hell. So he said, if I have a choice, do you have something, that can really tell me what heaven is like and what hell is like marketing material? So they said, okay, yeah, we do. The angel said that if you really want to know what heaven is like, these are the brochures. Take these booklets, flip through them, and you know what heaven is like. And if you really want to know what hell is like, here's a short video. Take a pen drive and see what hell is like. This guy started thinking that for heaven, you get a brochure. And for hell, you get a video. Gosh, hell is advanced. So he first looks at the brochure of heaven and he sees all people sitting quietly at a distance, not speaking, silent. Everything is perhaps too peaceful for us, the people of this world. And he felt, well, this is really distant, morose, silent, nobody speaking. There's no fun in heaven. And then when he puts in the video, uploads it for hell, he sees people laughing and happy and partying and hugging and then having a rave of a time. So he calls the angels. He says, look, I've decided. The angel says, where do you want to go? He said, I want to go to hell. The angel says, think about it. He said, no, no, no. I want to go to hell. I've decided. Heaven looks so boring and hell looks so interesting. And he said, one last chance. If you want to go to heaven, take the staircase upstairs. And if you want to go to hell, take the lift downstairs. The guy said, wow, hell is advanced. You get an elevator for hell and a staircase for heaven. He said, I want to go to hell. He gets into the lift and then he presses the button of hell. To his shock and horror, the floor of the lift opens up into a deep, dark ditch, full of smell, stench, full of filth. And he's struggling inside that dark pit, which is full of smell and stench. And he's just barely managing to keep his nose above. And he looks right at the door and he looks at that angel. He said, is this hell? He said, yeah, this is hell. You asked for it. He said, what was all that you showed me? He said, that was our marketing department. I want to tell you, we've created a world where we can market hell as heaven and heaven as hell. We have created a marketing department, and I want to also emphasize that if you continue to use AI just for marketing, if we continue to do it and actually distance truth from reality because of the help of AI, we are all going to make the wrong decisions and end up in traumatic situations. And what do I mean? Because we need to first ask ourselves that whether artificial intelligence, whether you like it or not, is going to come. A few months back, I was in Azerbaijan and there was an AI conference where participants or experts from 150 countries came. I happened to give a keynote address for different reasons, not this. But there were experts, and the things I heard, I wanted to just quickly share. And again, this is not to generate fear, and this is not even to generate hope. They said a time will come because AI is pooling in information. AI is correlating and collaborating everything that's out there. AI, imagine all of us. What's the probability of all of us going to sleep together? Tell me. You might say, Swami, if you take too long, there's a huge probability. But I'm just trying to ask you, you're all thinkers, what's the probability of all of us falling to sleep together? Maybe 1% or maybe 0.1%. Let's give it a chance. Maybe 1%, correct? Now, my second question is, what's the probability of all of us falling to sleep together and all of us having a dream together? Even if all of you go to sleep right now together, the probability of all of us having the same dream is what? Tell me. Anybody wise enough to even risk an answer? 0, correct? All right. So let's be very clear about I'm asking you. The probability all of us dreaming the same dream is almost 0. But now let me ask you a third question. What's the probability of all of us falling to sleep together and all of us having the same dream and all of us having the same dream in the same sequence? Come on. Suppose we all fell asleep and we had the same dream, and in that dream we are in a forest, we are chased by a tiger, we are running together in our minds, and we climb up a tree to save ourselves, and suddenly we drop down, and all of us wake up together and just been saved from a tiger. Imagine the energy level in this room. When your minds align, when your dreams align, and when your sequences align, the power is infinitely more than you can ever imagine. This is what AI will be able to do. If you don't believe me, let me tell you. Currently, you need a lens to see. You need a lens. That's why in this world, we're very careful of people who will carry small cameras, or maybe a button camera, or maybe a camera in a pen. All these sting operations are done because of that. Currently, you need light to see. Yes or no? If I take away all light from this room, all of us are visually invisible. You're there, but I can't see. Now, with the use of AI, they are inventing systems where every color is a vibration. Agreed? White is different, black is different, orange is different. Bear with me with this little bit of science because that's going to help you as you go along. Everything is a different vibration, like your sounds and millisounds and everything that's in micro is a vibration. Okay? The colors are vibration. AI is going to equip us that even in pitch darkness, you'll be able to see colors. You think, I'm not fibbing, this is a fact. So now, if you're carrying something in your pocket, you don't need a lens, you don't need a camera, you can still see the entire whole with all its vivid colors. Because in your dreams, do you see colors? Yes or no? Yes. Yeah. Be clear and bold. This is not a trick question. In your dreams, do you see colors? Yes or no? Yes. Is there light? Not in your, you see light, but is there a physical light in your mind? That means the brain is capable of seeing colors without light. Yes. Now, when AI invents something where you can see in darkness, they told me in Azerbaijan, in less than a year or so, you will be able to download your dreams. The ones you can't remember in the morning, you can just pick them out and say, oh, this is what I dreamt today. So every morning when husbands and wives check each other's dreams, that's going to be a problem. I want to tell you what AI is going to do, is capable of doing. It's going to align our minds. It's going to match our dreams. The fact it can download your dreams, that means you can induce dreams. Are you with me? You can induce dreams in your children to become better, stronger, to become more brave. You can induce dreams and you say, Swami, that's actually hypnotizing. That's actually brain conditioning. But all of that's going to happen. Even now in this age, are we not conditioned by marketing? Tell me yes or no. Are we not conditioned by the words we hear? Are we not actually, how panics and riots and perspectives are created because we are conditioning our brains constantly by physical things. AI is going to take these things to a new level. And don't please curse me. Marketing will become obsolete. You know why? There'll be AI glasses. If I put them on and I look at you, sorry, Vishal, I'm just picking your name out. If I look at anybody, I'll know everything about you. How many times you went to the doctors, how many fights you had, you've come out. You can't lie to me. I'll be able to know everything that's out there about you in seconds. We waste so much times in introducing ourselves, which you will do. Please do it, nicely while we in network. But you just have to look at somebody, is him, her. Everything you'll know by a glance because AI is going to bring in all the information is down there here. The third thing that you feel, Swami, will we be able to handle it? That's the fear that people have generated. But I'm here to tell you something completely different, not because I'm a monk, but because I think and I feel. God has given the power to the human being to adapt and evolve with the times. When the first invention of fire, when man actually created fire, natural fires are something else, but man could create fire. Of course, you could have said that he would have burnt the whole world, but we didn't, because we also developed the skills to control fire. So we used it for cooking, we used it for warming, we used it for so many things, for protection, everything that we never imagined. God has gifted us with this ability to actually evolve and still be a little different and better than the things that we invent. You may not agree with me, but I want to tell you how we can. That's where I'm coming down to this sacred intelligence. The fact we invented the bomb. How many times we hear in the newspapers and the experts, they say that we have enough bombs on this earth to destroy the world 1,000 times over. Yes or no? But have we? No. Even the worst of us are blessed with some form of moral compass and spiritual guidelines that we don't. Think about it. While we keep painting doomsday pictures, there's also the glorious things that we human beings can do and have been doing throughout the time. Every time there's a new invention, people have always feared that either machines will take over. Let me talk about that. When the first machines came in England, that was at the times when the big, those clothing industries were done. This was in about 1811. A whole movement that actually erupted was the Luddite movement. The Luddite movement was that machines will take over human beings and human beings will have no longer value on this earth. So there was these groups called Luddites. They would go and break machines, throw them in the river, then burn machines, and they were anti-machine because they said machines will take over human beings. Human beings won't have anything else to do. And the leader of this Luddite movement was General Ludd. And General Ludd lived somewhere in Sherwood Forest. Like Robin Hood, he was a figment of imagination. There was no General Ludd. It was a common consciousness of the people that generated this Luddite movement that actually feared that machines would take over. But machines came and human beings found something better to do. When computers came, we feared the same thing. But human beings found something better to do. When so much advancement has come, we are also worried about that. Oh, when we have 5-day-a-week work or 3-day-a-week work, what will happen to the human beings? Come on, don't underestimate yourselves. God has blessed us with this ability to evolve and advance in a different way. So now if you tell me when AI comes, of course we'll be thinking in a much more powerful way. Of course, we'll have information that we've never imagined. Of course, we'll have avenues and horizons that will open up. But that's when we humans will realize that now when we have nothing to do, we have to focus more on our ethical and moral proficiency. Once again, we'll have time to become better rather than just making the world better. Rather than making products which are better versions of themselves again and again, human beings will again focus on trying to make better versions of themselves, which we've never had time. And don't take me wrong, such things are around the corner. We have to ask ourselves whether we face AI with fear or we face AI fearlessly. Either we face it, face off, embrace it, or grace it. We have to choose whether AI is a friend or a foe. The simple argument, my argument is, if you face something uncertain with fear, you're more likely to make the wrong decisions. Fear makes your thinking chaotic and your decisions will be haywire and you take wrong decisions. But if you face something, even the toughest of situations, fearlessly, at least you are likely to take some right decisions and overcome those situations. Are you with me? Rather than fearing and creating panic and then taking the wrong decisions, let us as human beings try and evolve ourselves to actually embrace AI and turn it into a friend. What do I mean? Well, the answer is very simple. We have created instruments and gadgets that help us keep fit, correct or not? Those Fitbits and everything that remind us. You'll say, but Swami, they really don't work. Of course, they really don't work completely, but they do work. They make you walk. They make you think. They make you buzz and say, why you don't eat too much. This is a little too much, correct? So we do actually have some help and assistance. But I want to ask you, can we use AI for a more global good? AI has the power to enhance everything that we possess. It's like one man who is in the cosmetic industry. He told me something very interesting, and go home and think about it. He said all the pictures or the posters that sell cosmetics, you have beautiful faces and all those, cosmetics that are lined up. That if you use these cosmetics, whether it's the powder or the perfume or the, lipsticks or whatever, it just makes you look more beautiful. He says, Swami, people are misled. Basically, the face that is pictured or plastered itself is intrinsically beautiful, and cosmetics just enhance what that face has. You try and put an ugly face and plaster it with cosmetics, it just looks more ugly. Cosmetics don't make you look beautiful, it enhances what you have. AI will only be able to enhance what we have if we focus on just the physical needs. It will enhance those. If we focus on our emotional needs, it will have the power to enhance our emotional needs and satisfy them. If we also focus on our moral needs, we as human beings are not just physical, we are emotional. We are not just emotional, we are moral. We are not just moral, we are spiritual. If we use AI and the companies, maybe the products may not be marketed so well, and maybe we have to refocus not just on profitability, but also principles. If the world together decides to use AI to enhance not just our environment, but also our emotions, to enhance not just our physical needs, but our moral and spiritual needs, you can create a world which has sacred intelligence. The ancient saints and sages of India, they had this. You go back into the scriptures, and I believe most or all the religions may be talking about it. There was this idea of Dur Shravan, the monks who meditated, and they focused on themselves so much that they could actually hear things from distant. Dur Shravan, they could be at one place, and at a distant place, they could hear those sounds. It was also known as Darshan. They could be sitting in one place and they could actually see what's happening on the other end of the world. This is like AI. Don't think your brain will be too overloaded. There's also this Durgrahan, that you could be sitting in one place and you can pick out something thousands of miles away and then bring that object next to you, Durgrahan. And there was also this idea of Durgaman. You could be in one place and you can have astral traveling. You can be on Earth and you can travel to the moon and other planets and still feel the environment. This was all done through sacred intelligence, and perhaps AI will help us enhance in a physical way to achieve so many things, even right now. Had you told your great grandfather there'll be a time when you could put a paper in one end and it will appear exactly like that in a fax thousands of miles away, he wouldn't have believed you. Had you told him that we'll have a phone in your hand which will be like your identity, he wouldn't have believed you. Had you told them about the internet or virtual identities, they wouldn't have believed you. I want to say what was incredible and unbelievable just 20 years ago is true now, what we think is incredible and unbelievable now will be true 20 years later. The power of AI is as powerful as you make it. But don't think that it is limited to just one brain. If I ask you, where is the brain, the physical brain, correct? Okay. But is that the brain? The neurological brain is your whole body. The brain is not just the organ that sits here. All the neurons that go to your skin, to your fingers and the feet and the eyes and the face, that is the brain. The size of the neurological brain is the body. But the informational brain, I can see you. So my brain has reached out to you. My brain is there. The information brain is what you can reach out to. But the experiential brain is all your memories, emotions acting to it. The experiential brain can travel back in time, 20 years back. If I say school days, and everybody will go into your school days times. The experiential brain actually travels by time. Pack all that in. AI will be able to mix the physical brain, your neurological brain, the informational brain, and the experiential brain. And then you might think that, Swami, that won't it be too much overload? No. All your memories are in you right now, correct? But you don't keep thinking about them. They're there. But you just search them out. The power to retrieve information is the power of your brain. It's not the power to store information. The faster you can, AI will help us bring all our information faster, quicker, in a way that we really need them. So, what are the filters? Once again, the more morally strong. Can we program the AIs that we create to create a more harmonious world? So everything that creates disharmony, it will shift away. Can we create an AI that actually trains people that before you speak, your AI tells you, okay, pause. Okay, so you don't have to force yourself. Think twice before you speak. All those great proverbs we've been reading and we've never been following, will all come to help. The Hindus have always said, Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam, the whole world is one family. Can we use AI to actually create a more harmonious world and filter everything through harmony? Recently, I was with the leadership of this country. And as I was discussing about AI, look at the wonderful ideas they had. They told me, they said, Your Holiness, we're thinking of using AI to generate water from air. That will relieve the problems of the world. What a wonderful thought. They said they were thinking of packing 100 million Einsteins into one brain. So I said, by Your Highness, a time may come, if there is war, you might need to pack 100 million Churchills into one brain. But I said, if you can pack 100 million Einstein into one brain or 100 million Churchills into one brain, we can also pack 100 million Buddhas in one brain. Better than 1,000 words. Speak one word that gives peace 1,000 times. And I want to tell you, the problem with AI is it only brings in what matter is available. It can't think of the future. It can create the future. AI can only talk about the past and help you dream. Dreams will always be very personal to human beings. AI will not be able to break limitations and borders. So when we discussed, I said, Your Highness, had I asked ChatGPT, can there be a temple in Abu Dhabi? It would have told me no. Because in the history of humanity, there's never been a temple of this scale, this grandeur in this region. So of course it will say, no, there have been no temples, there are no laws, there are no so and so. I said, but you can dream, and so can we. And that's why a beautiful temple of harmony stands in Abu Dhabi, because of the generosity of the rulers of this country. And I want to tell you that even we who have built almost 1,200 temples in 51 countries across the world, but what makes this BAPS Hindu temple in this region in Abu Dhabi unique is the harmony it generates. Till now, we've always thought that religions just preach themselves, and religions are always secretly trying to compete with one another. And every religion, in one way or the other, keeps saying that our path is the only path. But imagine a Muslim king donating land for a Hindu temple, where our lead architect is a Christian Catholic, where our project director is a Sikh, where our foundation designer is a Buddhist, where our construction company is Parsis, where our chairman comes from a Jain tradition, and where our chief consultant is a man of no religion. This is the BAPS Hindu temple in Abu Dhabi, and it is creating a different world of harmony. So I want to tell you, use AI to make better global citizens full of ethics. Can we program the masters that anything that creates discord or disharmony or demeans or defiles is already filtered? Can we create a world that can use technology to make the world a better place and a more harmonious? Yes, we can. And that's what the human beings are capable of. Never underestimate yourself and never underestimate the power of goodness. If Corona can be infectious, let's make goodness infectious. Use goodness and spread that infection. Everybody in their heart wants to be good. And lastly, should we treat it as a friend or a foe? The ancient Upanishads of the Hindu Dharma say, Mitrasya chakshusha samikshyamahe. Let us look at each other with the eye of friendship. When I said this, one man came from the audience and said, but Swami, I may look at everybody with the eye of friendship, but what if he or she does not see me with the eye of friendship? I said, that's their loss. When you look at everybody, when I see all of you with the eye of friendship, I'm fearless. I feel happy. And that's why I take the right decisions. But if I look at you with the eye of suspicion, then I'm threatened and my decisions are wrong. And that's why this fear generates misunderstandings. So I want to tell you, look at the invention with an eye of friendship. Because we can't understand it, don't fear it. Believe in yourself more than you can ever do. And I'm confident that the time of human beings on this earth is not over. We are just going to be better, stronger, and more powerful. So the sacred intelligence of AI would be that it will make us better human beings. Thank you very much. With all my prayers, thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, Pujya Brahmavihari Swami.